Hi guys, welcome to Drum Dog, and today we're checking out another Latin groove with the Songo. Now the Songo is a Cuban groove, and I think it's one of the coolest Latin grooves. It's my favorite Latin groove of the bunch. I mean, I'm not saying I know every Latin groove, but of all the Latin grooves I know, this is my favorite. It's got a really cool... I think my favorite thing is that it puts no emphasis on beat one whatsoever. So much of what we play as drummers is 1, 2, 3, and this doesn't put any emphasis on beat one, and because of that, it feels super unique. A lot of this groove is linear as well, so we're only playing one voice at a time, which does give this a really unique challenge and a unique sound. So without further ado, let's get under the skin of the Songo, find out how it's constructed, and then put a little modern twist on it. Now for our Songo, we are going to be using a ride bell, kick drum and snare drum. But the roles are kind of different here. We've got no bass drum on beat 1, we've just got a ride bell playing these confident beats 1 and 3, and then our bass drum playing a classic Latin rhythm called the tumbao underneath. So first things first, let's just check that out on its own. Now that there really is the foundation of our Songo, that gut, go, gut, go, gut, go. And if we can just spend a time getting a feel for that, that is going to help out massively, because those are the parts of our body and drum kit that we're going to want to try to set and forget. So those are just going to keep on playing that pattern, and then we're going to focus a little bit more on our left hand, because the left hand is really the challenging part of this groove. So let's get a feel for this left hand pattern, just ride playing that 1 and 3 again with our snare drum pulling out the notes it's pulling out. Now take a really careful note of the dynamics here, because the snare dynamics and where the accents fall really give this groove the character that it has. So once we've got a feel for that, none of it sounds very musical yet. It all sounds a little bit like an exercise written down in a book. But now when we combine all of those 3 elements together with our ride, kick and our snare drum, the whole thing really does just come to life here. So let's take it really steady, use the notation to help you, because it does have that linear kind of pattern to it, where we're only playing one voice at a time. It does feel very unnatural. So take it really slow, get a feel for it, and keep an eye on those snare dynamics. And that's our groove. That is our Songo groove with that bell really just laying down the pattern, tumbao on the bass drum, and the left hand pulling out all of those cool little dynamics. Once you get a feel for it, this is a super satisfying groove to play and actually is a lot of fun, especially in context of the Cuban music it's designed for. But that isn't the only place we can use the Songo. And the Songo has been applied in loads of cool modern contexts, whether that's a jazz fusion thing or a funk thing or just, you know, people take things where they don't belong and they fit them in anyway and it sounds great. And one of my favorite adaptations of the Songo is with this cool little ride pattern. So instead of just playing 1, 3, 1, 3 up on the ride bell, we're playing a modern kind of funk fusion pattern where we're going 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 on the ride. We'll add in a little bit of offbeat stepping on the hats too to really give it that nice percussive feel. Now this is going to add a big challenge to the groove, so get a feel for it just with the simple 1 and 3 before we're trying to pick off these groups of 3 with the right hand, but it does sound great. So let's break this down again, just ride and bass drum, then ride and snare, and then we'll put it all back together. And that sound there is exactly why the Songo is one of my favorite Latin grooves, and it really just feels so great to play. I hope you guys enjoy playing this as much as I do and get your own little feel for it. And I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you want to check out more lessons like this, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we hope to see you again soon.